Through the prayers of the Holy Fathers of Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us. And good evening. For those new to the channel, this is Father Joseph Swayden. I've worked in Orthodox apologetics since 1998. I'm the founder of NFTU, True Orthodox and Ecumenical News, since 2004. We've been in the apologetic space since on Facebook since 2016 and on YouTube since 2018. And if you appreciate what we do here, please like and subscribe. Okay, today is our first Thursday regular Q&A session. It's actually late and should be that was fun. Okay, all right. So this is normally going to be at 7:30, not at 8:30. I'm so used to putting 8:30 on Sundays that I put it on 8:30 today, and that was my screw up. So from here on in, weekday shows 7:30, weekend show 8:30, and this one's probably going to be a bit of a shorter one, but we're definitely going to cover the things that I mentioned. And so let's go right to the comments. And so first off, as always, we try to set a target. Let me see here. And that goal is $100. However, we've already received a $2 super chat from Zelotes. So thank you for helping keep the lights on. And so we are now down to $98. And thank you for that. We do appreciate and pray for everyone who helps with the channel. Without you, I would be nowhere. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on the screen. Yes, for your blessing. May God bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. People wondering if when I'm like going like this, I'm actually facing. I will bless towards the microphone in the same way I would if I was holding a cell phone. Just to move it there. Oh, well, it was late. It was Leonidas who did that. Okay, I'm sorry. Zelotes usually he always sometimes. Okay, thank you, Leonidas. Now I'm embarrassed. I am going to change that right now on the banner. One moment. Sorry about that. And so I appreciate that from you too, helping keep the lights on. And no, I don't think all Greeks look the same. So, okay, just let's see here. Okay, so please link to the Western Rite typica with a member chat. Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Actually, I was in the Wayback Machine for something else. So let me see if I can get to the Wayback Machine. Hold on, let me see what we have here. That's that. Let's try this. Then I gotta go to here. One moment, and I will try to get a link for you. Now, this would be this is the standard, what's the word I'm looking for? Typica. So let me just go here. Ours is basically exactly the same, except slight difference in wording. Like the Abbey's wording often uses Holy Ghost as opposed to Holy Spirit. In the older meaning of the term ghost, they mean exactly the same thing. So, searching all these services. Come on, where's the Misasica? Okay, I will just use. Okay, found it. Okay, so let me put a link to the Misasica. It's extremely short because it does not have the readings in it. And in order to have the readings, you need to have the calendar. And you can use a calendar to do that. But this is Western Rite Misasica, typica, which is called Misasica in the West, or it was called that. Literally means dry mass or a mass without wet elements, namely bread and wine. Okay, second. So thank you for that, and thank you for helping keep the lights on, Leonidas. And hopefully that link goes through. I think it should. Okay, so let's continue. So yeah, that's there. I hope that delivered. Are you and Bishop member chat again? Are you and Bishop Enoch writing Who Invented the Roman Catholic Church yet? I've been trying to use the transcript. It hasn't. I haven't, not recently. The transcript's not good. It captures all the ums and ahs and I'm just wondering if I should just paste it somewhere and then parallel and try to just write off my own data. Uh, yeah, it'll take a while. Thoughts on the EP glorifying Patriarch Killer Kirill Lucaris? Didn't he die as an excommunicant? I mean, technically, the Unionists, excommunicated Saint Mark of Ephesus until he died too. So, I'm not saying that I justify it. I don't know. Kirill Lucaris is one of these really confusing historical figures where, if you could get the impression that he actually became a Protestant, but at the same time still fulfilled the duties of a patriarch. He's a complex figure. And so I don't automatically think that because the EP glorified him that he is a saint. Um, I hope he's a saint. I think he's an important part of church history, but I, I think it's going to take a future synod of bishops to determine whether that's a real glorification or not. Otherwise, it's just going with the glorifications with the Uniate Papists. Daniel York asks, what type of music are you playing in the background? And Denise with a member chat answers, the music is by Atomic Lead. That is correct. That is actually NFTU's theme song, written by one of our own people. So yeah, and if you want to hear the whole thing or you really like it and loop it, it's if you go to NFTU 2, there's a clean cut of it that you can listen to. Daniel York says, thoughts on Halo? Never played. Is the American Carpatho-Russian Orthodox Diocese of North America TO? It is absolutely not. It is actually, they're kind of a break-off group of the original Uniates that kind of joined with the Holy Father Alexis Toth. And it was like, I guess, a former Uniate priest who ended up getting made a bishop, and he was celibate, and then he was under the EP, and he formed a bunch of other groupings of incurring into where the OCA's territory was basically of the same people. But no, they're not. They are notable in that, last I heard, I heard it might have recently changed, but many of their parishes were on the traditional church calendar. The year that I did apostatize to World Orthodoxy, and that would be between 2002 and 2003, or the end of 2003, I was going to a parish of the old calendar that was on the old calendar, so I felt fine, but I was in communion with World Orthodoxy, and eventually I started realizing the reality of things. Plotinus fan, that's why I chuckled. He said, I got jump scared by the intro ending. Yeah, I'm still working on making that neat, okay? I'm just happy we have kind of a proper intro that's got music that's ours by our people. So it's kind of cool. It's not, written by computers. So, why did God allow polygamy in the Old Testament? Because of the hardness of the hearts of men. That's why he allowed divorce. That's why he allowed polygamy. That's why he allowed concubinage. Because the people were horrible and refused to just be satisfied with one life. That's why. Let me see here. Plotinus fans said they allowed polygamy because ancient people had so much abundance of risk. I'm done reading that. Why are people hesitant to say Holy Ghost? I've heard that a few times. Because in modern language, a lot of people associate ghosts with what we would call phantasms. That could be demons, or could be people who have not left the earth yet, etc. Not the haunting thing. Those are usually demons. But ultimately, lesser spiritual beings. When the original word ghost, like when someone said he gave up the ghost, it meant spirit. So that's the reason why. Don't blame us. Blame the History Channel with all the paranormal videos. Okay. Doesn't Holy Ghost have Germanic origins? Since the word God, yeah, it does. And in early middle and late English, including in Victorian English, it had the exact same meaning. Plotinus fan, you are correct. Let me see here. JG says, thanks for your advice on Twitter X. No problem. But still, why? Not trying to be a pain. God condescended to his people because he understood that they were not prepared for the fullness of the truth, which is why they were in Hades, and it took the fullness of the truth in Christ to come down to them and liberate them. That's why. That's really all it came down to, human weakness. And God already had a very stiff-necked people, and he knew their limitations. And so it's as simple as that. Let me see here. I've been leaving petty comments on Cleveland. This is more of a brethren says, I've been leaving petty comments on Cleveland to Antiquities old Orthodox videos like you used to be right about this. Don't feel great about it, but said what needed to be said. Look, it's no matter, there was no right way he could have done it. Let's say we give him the benefit of the doubt, because as I understand it, this is all recent. Let's say we give him the benefit of the doubt. He said, I'm going to give it 3 months to really process, so on and so forth. Would we be, would people be saying he's dishonest then? Of course they would. No matter how he cut it, he did things, obviously the thing with Father James has kind of blown up into something, and I feel like Orthodox ethos has been kind of pushing it to ensure that Father James and Ben don't talk to each other. Which is, because they're diurites, that's how the cult works. Cut off all those people, stay with these people. I think that's embarrassing, but it's the truth. That's the reality of it. So, Protestants being angry, well, of course, he was a Protestant apologist. He can't possibly have expected anything else. So I don't feel bad for him. I mean, he knew what he was getting into. That's just that's part of it. Protestants being upset, yeah. There's quite a few, and out of that, hopefully I'm going to set up a time to talk about intercessions of saints with Kelly Powers. And he doesn't mince words. I know at least at some point I'm going to be told either I'm an idolater or I'm hellbound. And that's okay, because that's the nature of the beast. When you're dealing with a strong apologist of any kind, you have to be ready for strong words, and you have to be ready to throw strong words. So yeah, not even bothered by it. I'm looking forward to it. So God willing, that'll happen. And of course, speaking of debates, we do have that one tentatively still for November 5th on the Gospel Truth channel against Elijah Yassi. So that's, mark the calendar. It's getting closer. And then Ortho Pirate says, with a member chat, more of a brother, it's only a matter of time before you come along yourself. Well, yeah, of course, but he knows that. That's our entire evil plan. We've told it. We've laid it out. We want him to become Orthodox. That's it. That's the goal. All right, look, I promised some stuff in the title, so let's get right down to it. Let me pull up this thing. Hold on. Once it pulls up, whoa, give me a moment. Hold on. Plotinus fan, whoa, came in with a big $5 donation. Thank you so much. Would I be allowed as an observing visitor as a church despite my apostasy, or should I stay away out of respect? You absolutely are still welcome to go to church. And I highly recommend it for you. I think it will do you much good. So don't, whenever, I know you probably don't believe in the devil, but the whole point is when someone apostatizes from the church, the devil does their best to make sure they never come back. So if your heart is telling you maybe go to a church, go to a church. Trust it. Let's add that to the, I want to call it a dono bar, but we all know it's a marquee, okay? It's a scrolling marquee. It sucks because I don't know how to do technology. All right, so we're adding PF chain for not $5, and that's good. Very nice. And so we got to change the totals on the top too. So we're down to 93 for the day. I don't know how long I'm going to go with this one, but I'm actually most likely going to end this in an hour unless I break 75%. And the more I break, and something like PayPal or Cash App is also helpful because there's no 30% and it comes directly to me. But let's get to the show. Let me share. If you're on Facebook, you've probably seen this if you are a particularly pious individual. What's the goal again? The goal is, let me just put the banner up. The goal now is 93. So if I hit 75, I will stay for another half hour. If I hit 100, I will stay for a full hour. And so let me share my screen. All right. Ignore the fact that I have a notification. I don't care. Most of my notifications just there. All right, so let's get back to here. Let's put this here and let's get started. I saw this and it said 100 free icons, a gift for the faithful. And it said yours to print, reflect, and live by. So I'm like, print. Okay, so these are, icon files, I guess. So let's go with it.
There is no other God but Jesus Christ. There is no other judge but Jesus Christ. There is no other way but Jesus Christ. You cannot escape him. You cannot hide from him. There is no other God but Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's a pretty short loop. So I saw that and I was like, 100 icons for like 100 icons for like, oh, look, you see there's a red flag on that Saint Seraphim icon. Yeah, that sounds like Mari, more of a brethren. Yes, it does. Truth doesn't lie. Truth doesn't unify with lies. I 100% agree. I want to believe that Pastor Ben and Father James actually, that they did try. By the time Ben responded on Twitter, and I can show this on Twitter after my review, but by the time they responded, it had already disintegrated badly. So let me see. Daniel York says, can't believe the U.S. government finally made Antifa a terrorist organization, but could have done it way before Trump's second term. Of course, a great TikTok bishop. Yeah. Well, this is the Sanguis Christi thing. So it was like 150 free icons. So I'm like, okay, well, 150 free icon prints is still pretty good. I mean, if they're good prints, etc. So I was like, you know what? How much could it cost? And now I can't find, where's the link? Where's the link here, guys? View more comments. Oh, okay. So where's the link? That's odd. Give me a second because I want to get to the link. Okay, I don't know who that is. All right, so where is the, on another one, it just had the link on the top. And most relevant. Okay, I can't find the link. Anyway, there was a link, and I went to the link, and I wish I could show it to you so I could do it again, because it was really crazy. What ends up happening is it doesn't send you just 100 icons. Like, you go into the shop, and it's clicked like a whole bunch of these papist things. I really want to show it to you because that's the fun of this. So let's go to Sanguis Christi's website or Facebook site. That's it. Come on. Where is it? Okay, let's try photos and look for videos. Yeah, more videos. No videos found. All right. So okay, I'm gonna see if I can get to it through. Okay, so here we go. This is the checkout page. It cost me $11.95 or $11.71. It cost. Okay, and so let me see if I can go back so I can show you that. This is what I did. Okay, so it starts here. It says 0, right? So I get that, and I'm like, checkout. All right, cool. And it says $99 value. Okay, now it went right to this thing. But before, the $99 value had a whole bunch of things. I guess maybe it's because I'm logged in with Shop. Unfortunately, I may have logged in with Shop, and that's too bad. All right. But in any case, it added a bunch of all these little Catholic books. It had all sorts of stuff, and each one of them had a little price tag to them. And I was like, let me check them all off because I don't want any of those things. And then it said on its way, like it sounds like shipping. They call it processing, but your 100 free icons are actually $11.71. All right. So with that said, I am going to, let me see here. Yeah, I tried the about. I tried the about on that, and I got to the website, but it didn't show me what it showed me when I first did it. It literally just showed the icon thing. Like it was like this like scammy thing. So you end up getting like 10,000 Catholic books or something. But in any case, so okay, I downloaded it, and let me show it, and you'll see whether it was worth $11.95. What's this? Oh, okay. Thank you. Again, should I count that as today? Well, technically, this is earlier than today. Let me see here. No, that was at like 12. Thank you for the person who donated via Give Send Go at 12. However, I'm not counting it for the show because I didn't even know about it. But let's see here. Yeah, if you guys want to just see the website I was at, I understand. Let me put it here. Yeah, this is the website. So you click that. Now, when I clicked it before, it gave me a bunch of books that I had to take out. It has other things, lots of stuff. Okay, so with that aside, let me get to the order link. Actually, I don't have to get to the order link. I can just get to the PDF. It ended up being downloaded as a PDF. So let me show that. Give me a moment. Okay, downloads. There we go. 100 free icons bundle PDF. So that's what you end up getting. And I'm going to share it to the screen right now. Okay. So here we go. This is the first one you get. I'm going to say, all right, there's no iconographic rules that have been technically broken. Although let me take that back because I feel like the eyes are just a tiny bit too close. If you're following like the rules and regulations, like in the 9 points in the painter's manual, technically the eyes should be one eye apart. But with line drawing, etc., you can mask that. But this, I don't think. I'm going to be honest. It has the 3 stars on the Theotokos to represent the Trinity. The hands are correct. Yeah, okay. At least all the fingers are. Well, the fingers are not right. No, the fingers and toes. Jesus has 6 toes. Oh my gosh, I thought this one was okay, and it's not. It's a 6-toed Jesus. All right. So as you can probably guess, this was done by AI. This one looks clean also, but now I'm counting fingers and toes, man. I'm counting fingers and toes. This one, it barely passes. The eyes are too close. Again, a good attempt. This, I don't even know what language this is. It looks like it's like half Greek, half Latin. Oyon. Okay. Hopefully he has all his toes. Oh, he only has 4 toes here, but maybe there's a half toe. I mean, this is, oh boy. Where the Pirate says band name, 6-Toe Jesus. Yeah. Oh, this, and they get worse. They get worse. I'm gonna get faster. Okay, this is a good shepherd. Okay. Okay, all right. That one. This one will give a pass. It just about passes. As we can see, these are not human-made icons. Again, here we go with the Greek and Latin mix. Let me see here. Okay, Plotinus fan comes in with a big $20. Thank you for that. Is there a official TO consensus on the Jerusalem Synod, the 1672 Jerusalem Synod, and how does the dogmatic statement on unbaptized infants reconcile with belief in mercy? Are dogmatic statements absolute rules or general standards? Dogmatic statements are absolute rules. The fate of unbaptized infants, as many people will tell you, would be in the upper regions of Hades. A number of fathers discuss this, especially Western fathers. The upper regions of Hades are a place where people can actually feel God's love almost like humans feel the sun. It's not hell proper, but that would be where unbaptized infants go. And the truth of the matter is, once a person's in Hades, but they're generally not in hell. Because we heard a story about that actually last week. I think it was from Zelotes, talking about the old woman who was a miser, and she was actually almost pulled out of hell, but because she was so miserly, she couldn't even take the gift of grace. But babies don't have that problem. So it's often good to, pray for them, especially as Orthodox Christians. We know that many saints have the power to pull people from Hades to heaven. That's kind of our goal, is to, try to see if we can get to the point where we can pray for our family and help them and help the loved ones we have that are Orthodox get out of Hades. And thank you for that great donation. That is very big, and I really appreciate it. So we're going to put that on to PF for $20, making it his donation today. Making his donation today 25, making the current donation 27, and bringing us ever closer to the goal. So we are now at 73. Okay. Also, I want to double check. I didn't miss any giving anyone a blessing, did I? Double checking. Okay. Father Boniface says, Benedicite, Benedicite, Father. Romagata says the 3 golden stars on the Panagia are for her ever virginity before, during, and after birth of Christ. Interesting. It's also a Trinitarian symbol, but I'll take it. That sounds correct. If you don't have the 3 stars, it's not considered a canonical icon. John MC says Orarcagelo Mikai is misspelled by an illiterate. Well, the illiterate appears to be ChatGPT, because I don't believe these were made by people. This was definitely made by machine. It almost feels uncanny as to how not realistic. This one came sort of close with the lettering. The lettering does look very, very good. He missed the dragon apparently. That's different. And make sure he's got all his fingers. He does. Yeah, I mean, if he was looking down at the dragon, like in most icons of St. George, he probably wouldn't have missed. Well, he has 2 spears, actually. He's got another, the horse has another spear. The horse is also attacking. Oh, oh, this is all AI generated. Yeah, this isn't real, guys. Yeah, Fortunatus fan, yep. And John MC says, Trace McGee should be Trace McGee should be Trace McGee. Oh, it's making mistakes left and right. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, up Gabrieli. Yeah, this is what I paid $11.71, folks. So if you see this ad on Facebook, you don't have to. You know exactly what you're getting now. These are not okay. This is more of a brother. Can we agree that all AI icons are not okay? There has to be some kind of line, not to be crossed. Oh yeah, no, we're not. I'm not doing this because I'm advertising. I'm doing this to warn people. Like, don't, if you see this on Facebook, 100 free icon prints, just use the internet. You can go look up the Novgorod collection. That's in some I forget which college. They have moderate size icons. You can use AI to make those bigger, and you have good quality icons you can use. Yeah. Gabriel, it's Gabriel. This is Raphael. Okay, so this is Raphael. Does he have all his fingers to make sure? Wow, this is the most generic picture of the apostles I've ever seen. These all look the same, and I guess that's Paul. Oh, there's that guy again. There's 4 of him. Wow. 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 Ioannis O Baptiste. Don't know if he fully spelled it right. Okay. I'm not a Greek reader, so I don't know if this looks right. Yeah, it's repent the kingdom of the Lord coming, but I don't know if that's grammatically correct. Oh man. Oh, here's another one. He just looks sadder now. Oh, because he's got his head on his. He's holding his head, so he's sad. I don't know if that's actually a real iconographic feature. Oh, but okay. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. I don't know who that is. Clearly, that's a Roman Catholic. I don't know who it is. I have no idea. There's no name on it. Okay, this is St. Paul who's holding a sword. It looks like he's ready to use it. Okay. What's this? It's sad St. Peter. Okay. What the? What? What? What is happening? It's sad St. Peter blessing St. John's head with a key. What? I didn't look at these carefully. I just saw it was AI slop, and I was like, oh, we're gonna have a field day with this. But oh my goodness, this is terrible. This looks kind of like a crime. Well, okay, what's he doing? Well, Agios Bartholomeus. Not quite spelled. Okay, he's holding a knife. Yo, everyone's kind of. Everyone got this as it's Goarts with collar looks like Goarts. Yeah, no beard either. Oh my goodness. Okay, St. Bartholomew's ready to fight. Oh, okay. The facial expressions, guys. The facial expressions. Can I make this bigger? I wonder if I can make this bigger. This is crazy. Let's try. Okay. Let's get a little bit bigger. All right. So Jesus looks pretty mad, but the ladies waiting for him all look super happy. Yeah, except for that lady. She's kind of deformed. And okay, that one lost an eye. This is wait. Did you say there's a monkey in the tree? Okay. I think that's supposed to be Satan. Let's go look at a real icon of Palm Sunday because this is sad. This is kind of sad. All right, let's. I'm gonna go get a real icon so we can compare. Okay, hold on. Got a nice big one. Okay. Are they this large? Let me see. Okay, let's see here. I can't. I don't know what happened here. Give me a second. All right. So, is this large? Let's find a large one. No, not a medium one. A large. All right. So here is a large. Okay. Some of these. All right. I'm going to look at the picture. Let me switch to this kind of. Okay. Let's switch it up. So let's look at the proper icon. Or at least, well, we'll say this is proper. It's from, looks like it's from Father Peter Here's website. So hold on. Let's pull that up. It was one of the first ones that came up. Okay, icon into the entry of Jerusalem. And we could use this for detail. Wow, that's not much detail. But okay, we can see the apostles and there's Christ. Okay, there's a little kid who's cutting palms. That seems to be what's happening in our image that we were looking at. And here's a bunch of Pharisees. There's a happy kid feeding a horse. Okay, so clearly this was not not that good. This is a standard Palm Sunday icon. Let's go back to our cancel. Let's go back to our wonderful AI version where this is not one to listen. Okay, window. We're back to We're back to creeped out Jesus and the monkey. Some concerned and sort of deformed apostles, and some very happy women who apparently, does anyone try to feed the horse? Yeah, I guess he's offering the horse, and his mini me is offering more stuff to the horse. And okay, all right. And Plotinus fan comes in with $19.99. $20 AI monkey icon challenge, and the only monkey here is me because I paid $11.71. But I did it so you don't have to. I did it so you don't have to. So let's see here. I'm gonna just add that, of course, to the goal. Let's put that down. Let's put this up. This is fantastic. Thank you so much to everyone who's donating. I really appreciate it. We're now down to a goal of 53. If we get to 75, I will stay till 10. And if we get to 100, I'll stay till 10:30. So let's put that up. That's the goal. Let's get that down, and let's continue with the comments. Brian the Swede says the AI icons have a way to go. Yeah, they do. The AI icons, says Denise. That has to be Zacchaeus in the tree. Yeah, but they've made him like the size of like, I mean, that's not the size of an adult like at all. That's like the size of these miniature kid, specifically this tiny kid in the corner. Like he's like the size of a toddler. Okay, let's get back to fit page, auto fit. So this is Agios, like that. Is that a letter? I can't tell if that's supposed to be an E or an A or oh my. Patros. I know it's supposed to be St. Peter. Let's make sure he has all his fingers. The text is bad. The image wasn't terrible. Okay, Bartholomeus is very safe looking. St. Nicholas, I feel like the eyes are too close again. What on earth? Okay, sorry guys, we gotta get a close up here. Okay, maybe 400 was pushing it. Okay. What happened here? What happened here? This looks like, no offense, this kind of looks like they got this off of some of the, like they took like user generated first try icons. I mean, that's awful. Like that's awful. And Moses and Elias aren't much better. Moses looking the other way, like hope nobody sees his icon, and Elias is, that's Moses. He looks like he lost an eye. He's got a super huge nose now. You can call in if you want, Plotinus. Anyone can call in. It is a live Q&A show. If you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, click the link at the top of the chat. But feel free to jump in. No, these aren't OCNs. These are from Sanguis Christi. It is from an ad that is running on Facebook saying 100 free icon prints. This is what they're talking about. So, yeah. Oh, what's going on over there? Oh my gosh, he's gone blind. He's lost an eye. He's lost an arm. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Saint Demetrius has a double-pointed spear. He's taken out a guy I've gotten argued with about this, about whether this is violent. Well, this one looks pretty violent. It looks like he took out his eye. And Agios Stefano. Okay. Looks not bad. I think it's a little too. Again, I'm confused about the style that the AI is glomming off of. Oh, the Halo letters should be on there. There's all sorts of errors on these, on all the spellings, on all the writings. Okay, that's if it was spelled right, it wouldn't be terrible. Up, here we go. It's weird looking Jesus again. There's some weird expressions on these. Oh boy, that's scary when the most detailed part is death. I guess this is supposed to be Saint Ignatius. Okay. Standard iconographic forms. This one's not that bad. Fourth it looks like Jesus' fingers are getting mauled, and yeah. Okay. It's just not ready, man. It's just not ready. This is they got the one wrong. Okay, what the? Okay, so this got two hands, but then there's another hand. And it appears. Let's just think the best and assume that's his mom. Okay, this guy just doesn't have a halo. He's a guardian angel, but he's sad because nobody wrote guardian angel. Kids are pretty sad too. Yeah, no, this is live. This is live. Let me see here. No pierced hands. No, no, no. Yeah, you can just burn those. It's very demonic looking. It's sad. It's really sad. I I want to say they meant well, but if you're giving people AI generated slop, you can't do this. Okay, this is like they took let's take a selfie. Okay, I don't even know what he's holding. This is bad. I don't think to eliminate truth even in books. So this is the future. Oh, this is the present. I think what this means is we need a revival of iconography, and it's still going on. But people are cheap and they want to find ways around. Okay, Maximilian Kolbe is not even Orthodox. Come on. Okay, this is okay. I guess they're angels of some sort. Okay, that just says martyrs. It's just random people with flaming hearts. Come on. Okay, who's this? Oh no. Is this what I think? This is, I believe that's, I believe if the AI could spell, I believe this is supposed to be Josefat Kuntsevich, who's a persecutor of the Orthodox. Okay, St. George does he nails the dragon this time. That's good. But he does have 6 fingers on both hands. And let's continue. Okay, so this is supposed to be Silouan the Athonite, who's fairly recent I don't know. Moreover, brothers, says now you all see how I see icons. Welcome, Orthodox Traditions Publications. Is the Machine Lies channel good? Well, yeah, it's a philosophy channel. So yeah, I've actually been on it before, and I know some people who are on it. I think we have a couple of we have overlap with some of our people and their people, so that's fine. Was this the Ortho Bro starter set? No, I hope not. I tremble to wonder if that's even some book that has anything legible. Okay, this is Saint Helen, Saint Constantine's mother. She looks very serious. It's not. I mean, for an AI, it's not terrible. I don't know how well that was spelled. I'm gonna guess it was standard spelling. Agi. Oh no. Yep. There's it's St. John holding his head again, but at least he doesn't look. He just looks a little sad about it, not horrified. Oh, I don't know. I didn't study it carefully. More of a brethren, you never know. Okay, this is Saint Andrew, Apostle Andrew, Protoputus, first called. I don't know if anyone's a Greek reader. Verify if that's legible. But this is pretty bad. Attempt to make Saint Basil. No idea if what's in the book is right. Yeah, there's no L. Okay. It looks almost like these are really trying to look hand painted, but you can just tell they're not. You can just tell. Saint Anthony. Okay. Saint Edward the Confessor. That's a new one. You don't see this often, but for a Western, I guess it's supposed to be a Western icon. I guess it's nice. No, we're not. There's only I've gone through like half of them. Okay, let me see if I can just find some interesting ones. Okay, that guy is mad because he got hit in the face. Okay, that's what? Just looks like Saint Nicholas. Okay. Ignatius Theosphilos. Okay. Saint Ignatius. Doesn't look like it. Okay. This is supposed to be, I assume, Chrysostom. This is Saint John of the Apostle, and he's beardless. Photinus plan has arrived. Okay, greetings. Sorry about that. This is not legacy icons. I'm not going to slam them. This is Sanguis Christi. PF, are you there? Okay. When he comes back, we'll ask. But yeah, you're on the screen there, PF. So whenever you want to talk. John MT says Josephat, Konsovich, everything's misspelled in Greek, Latin. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. We're gonna start going. Okay, AI really has an issue with beheaded people. He's coming out of his pocket. I really hope that's in the real icon. I don't know who that is. Okay, that's Saint Mark. Him and the lion are friends. Okay. Saint Paul again with the sword. From a guy who asked, what is that? Plotinus fan, if you're still there, we put you in the chat. I mean, in the screen, and you stop talking. Please come back. Yeah, there's some scary stuff, guys. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, this is Saint Sebastian. I don't think this is how he's really supposed to be portrayed. Yeah, this is Blessed Seraphim of Sarov. For some reason, he's been dressed as a Franciscan. Welcome back, PF. I saw you had Photinus plan, but then I guess you didn't answer.
Yeah, sorry. I accidentally like tabbed out and hit the wrong button, and then it made me restart, and I lost everything.
Yeah, this is terrible. But we're speeding through them at 57. Here's Saint Seraphim as a Benedict, as a Franciscan. This is King Sever, Sanctus Victor. Okay, Saint Victor. Which Saint Victor? Okay, this is crazy. What is this? I don't even know who this is.
It says Vladik Nayez or something. I don't know. I can't read.
Yeah, that's what I read too, and that's why I'm like, that doesn't look like Vladimir. It doesn't look like Vyacheslav. It doesn't look like this. Okay, they just threw in the wording from the Saint Benedict cross on his halo. Okay, sure. Oh, this one just says regular Benedicti. It doesn't even pretend to be like, and there's a crow. He's just there.
Yeah. Is that like a Odinic dog whistle?
I don't know. Here are some. These are now we're going to scroll past random religious pictures because they ran out of icons to think. Okay, this is a more accurate, comic book accurate St. George. Okay, Jesus is he's genuflecting and he's sort of praying, I guess. Here's a picture of a church with some doves on it. Standard Jesus picture. Almost painfully underdone icon. Yeah, and somehow AI has managed to take one of the most generic Western pictures of Jesus and make it more soulless. Wow. That's just a picture of a church and some monk, I think, reading something. Francis of Assisi, because that's what we expect when we get Orthodox icons. That's a picture of a church. It's another church picture. Even when you think about it, I'm at 76. So even if I had paid the $11, which I did, I didn't pay for I didn't pay like 10 cents an icon. I paid like 20 cents and half of them were misdone. And now I'm just having all these okay, an empty tomb. Francis playing with animals. Church. Who's this? Is it Moses? Because he's only got one tablet. He's supposed to have two.
Why is he like in the Alps?
Yeah, that's true. He's not even in the Middle East. There's a little lake behind him too. Here's AI Jesus welcoming you to its packet. An eagle and a Bible. Because nothing says America like this. And okay, that's Robert De Niro dressed as a priest.
Bruh.
That's supposed to be St. Patrick's Cathedral, but any New Yorker knows that St. Patrick's Cathedral is not in the center of the street. It would be on the side in this picture. Holy mackerel.
You know, is that
This is
like
bad.
the Taxi Driver sequel?
No, I think this is actually taken from Sleepers, where Robert De Niro actually does play a childhood priest. Um, okay, that's Saint Andrew being crucified, Saint Peter being either Saint Andrew or Saint Peter being crucified wrong, and they did it wrong. This is AI Jesus, and he's not happy with you. And that's the Tower of Babel, and apparently everyone is just on the ground. Okay, that's I guess supposed to be Jonas, and there's the indiscriminate animal. Yeah, okay, these aren't anything. Okay, very morbid looking Sacred Heart Jesus picture. St. Michael looking ready to fight. St. Jesus looking ready to fight with a bunch of flags and a shield. Oh
How's he holding a flag with a shield too?
it's I guess it's like being held on his arm or his elbow or something. Oh, this is he's mad though. He's even madder here. Okay, think cover at 95 and random capuchins or something are surrounding him. Okay, these are just okay. No, no, no. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done with this. That was gross. Yeah, AI is AIDS because Bill Calendar. I wish Orthodox Traditionalist Publications asks, what is this? It is a thing from a company called Sanguis Christi, which is advertising 100 free icon prints for free except for processing. So you pay $11.74. I paid it, so you don't have to. And I'm so sorry, but now you know that if you're on Facebook and see that free icons offer, don't take it. Just get your icons from the internet and print them right. Yeah, because I'm sorry. Well, unfortunately, Gregory of Colorado doesn't want to be a community with us. 20 years ago, he really wanted to start his own church and take over everything as his own, and you see the results. Leonidas says, why? Because poor people will see it and think, oh, I can get great icons for free. It's all a scam. And so I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but I had to prove, in fact, it was nothing but a scam. Let's see. It's AI blasphemy. Father Jesus says Knights Templar. Yeah. Yeah, no way. That was no good. Yeah, like once you got to like icon number 60 or 70, it just became religious pictures that were just trash. Yeah, OTB says I have an iconographer. I know, and I mean, if you have the funds to spare, I understand. But if you don't, I don't want you to get trapped by this. Thank you for your service. Well, yeah, I
When are we
suffer,
gonna
so
get the
you won't have
first?
to.
When are we gonna get the first AI generated homily?
Oh, those already exist. There have been people trying to use ChatGPT for homilies now for almost, I'd say, even a year. So it's a very
Oh,
big
that's
possibility.
terrible.
So what's on your mind, PF?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about this AI. I can imagine like a AI liturgy and like the AI.
No.
That would be terrible. Like
Well, one thing that I think it's pretty well established that um, Christ came to save humanity, not everything. So I don't see that. I think my job as a priest is safe.
so you don't think we're gonna
Um,
see like AI priests and like during confession, they're like, "I'm sorry, I didn't get that."
Not among the Orthodox, I would think. I would think we're pretty humanity first. I mean, I know that there's Japanese Shinto priests that are already being made out of AI, which is gross. I don't know how that even works, but yeah, I don't think that can happen in Christianity, or at least it can't happen in Orthodoxy. I'm sure there's going to be some wacko liberal group that's going to try to make
Maybe Go Arc.
AI.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, I think they've already. I mean, they follow the Catholics pretty well, and so I've already had it out with the Catholic Answers AI. So I think that hopefully will, if they see it, will give them enough lack of confidence in AI to have such a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I
Actually, I
smell
went to a
food.
Go Ark church once, and it was very weird. Like they all had like the pews with the pull-out like knee pads or whatever that
Yeah.
everybody kneels on, and then like before everybody got communion, they all kneeled down like in a Catholic church.
Wow.
I was I was like, man, where am I?
Let's see here. Are there any icon stores? Yeah, there's a number of them. There's a convent of St. Elizabeth in California. Um, there's a couple of other stores. I don't have an exhaustive list, but if you go through a lot of jurisdictions' websites, sometimes Russian churches will have connections to iconographers in Russia, so on and so forth. Just shop a bit before making a decision. Stay away from icons that don't look normal. Stay away from stores that offer weird things. Smelling food. Okay. Um, are there any icon schools? Iconographers often teach classes. So if you look for iconography classes, that's one way. Um, Iconographers, though, generally do offer classes. You just have to look around. Daniel York says, "Can you use AI to make prayers?" I wouldn't. An AI has no concept of even right and wrong in the sense of how to say prayers. So an AI will give the answer the user wants, but that's not the answer that the people need. Let me see here. LOL, there will be the machine in the Asian restaurant handing out communion. LOL. Yeah, no, that's never happening. Jessica Western Church. Oh boy, sounds like St. Catherine's Go Arch. Reader John says, "I bet Episcopalians go AI first." That's fair. Father Boniface says, try Aiden Hart. He does have some decent stuff. Um, I don't know if he makes copies, but yeah, there was the Catholic AI by Catholic Answers. We defeated the Catholic AI by Catholic Answers here on this channel. Justin, and we took him out with questions, and he eventually just collapsed.
Wait,
Because
did
the
you get it
truth
to admit
seeking,
it was wrong?
yes and no. What I did, I got it to admit its own contradiction, and then when approached with the contradiction, it just crashed. Because clearly, like they have what are known as truth-seeking AIs, which is you reduce its creativity to a minimum. So if it doesn't have an answer, it'll actually say things like "I don't have an answer." Um, and so they calibrated it to that and figured that would be great. That's enough. It's honest. We just shove it in with lots and lots of Roman Catholic sources, and it should be perfect. Unfortunately, they didn't realize that their religion has inherent contradictions in it. And when I pointed a basic one out about the ecumenical councils, it crashed. So, well, what are you going to do? But yeah, that video, if you look for it's a Catholic Answers AI, you'll find it. It was quite entertaining to do, to watch it crash.
I wanted to try it out, but I couldn't get the code to work.
Oh, okay. Well, the next best thing is watch our video. It'll be almost the exact same experience. Let's see here. What else have we got? Okay, and yes, we're gonna touch upon. I feel like I can't even do like a fair review right now. Maybe on said Sunday. I want to review this book, which is the Moscow Synod of 1620 concerning the baptism of Roman Catholics. Definitely a good book to try out. It's a very interesting document, even if they had some interesting perspectives, but also they had a clear ecclesiology that they were not going to simply receive in Roman Catholics by chrismation. Reconquista says, "Why did Cleve betray us?" I don't believe he did. I believe he was, as a Protestant, he was making his own judgments. We know that he talked a lot to like people like Jay Dyer. Um, he kind of wanted to go in that direction anyway. And with the Ortho Bros, they get love bombed in the Discord. And we just offer truth, man. We're not here to make a whole new friend group. I mean, we'll make friends. We're friends, but I'm not gonna friends. I don't really have friends. But yeah, so I don't see it as a betrayal at all. I see it as a decision he made, and hopefully, if he still has his conscience with him, he'll realize it was a mistake. Oh, let's see. It's just annoying. We have to go through a schismatic sect to get the great synaxis of the Orthodox Church, 14 volumes. Not sure which one you're talking about. You're talking about which sect? I mean, there's the Great Synaxarian I've seen in a few different editions. Oh, hey, where'd he go? He dropped off. Hopefully PF comes back. Ortho Pirate says, do we know what synod he's going to? No, we don't. Daniel York says, that was with a member chat. That's why it's on the screen. Daniel York says, wasn't Petersburg the capital of the Russian Empire? Sort of. If I remember correctly, it occasionally would be the capital of the Russian Empire, but from what I understand, it was the home of the czars, while Moscow might have still been the administrative capital. Denise says, don't give up on Cleve. I wouldn't give up on Ben. I'm not giving up on him yet. Did you cover the McPherson article yet? No, but I can do that right now. Actually, let me see here. I'm gonna cover it shortly, and I'll put a link. Give me 1 sec. Let me pull it up. Yeah. Hold on. Pulling it up now. Because as we have Orthodox Traditionalist publications in the chat, let us cover the latest article, which came out 2 days ago. Okay, wait, before we do that, Black Ortho Acolyte with a donation of $9.99, helping keep the lights on. Thank you so much. He says, sure, you've answered this before, but it gives me an excuse to donate. You never need an excuse to donate, BOA. Just really do it. But since you have the question, what's your detailed response to people when they say it took centuries to break with the papists while they had a heretical creed? The answer is it didn't take centuries. Communion was already broken throughout most of the Orthodox Church by 1040, 1014, and then 1040, and then 1054, which is why when the Byzantine Empire needed assistance with the Crusades, not with the Turks, Rome refused to originally help them. Then Urban II in the Hildebrand line offered to help them if they could meet and discuss terms of reunion. Reunion indicates they were separated. So yeah, that is my answer. And thank you. We will add that to the banner. Our goal is now down. Let's take this look. Well, we got 57, meaning it's 43. And let's see here. Checking anything else. Anyone else was able to? Nope. Okay, it's just in super chats today. Something looks wrong though. Hold on. Did I add in everything? I think I didn't add in. I didn't add in that. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Now it looks right. Okay. So the goal is 43. If we can get it under 25, I will stay until 10:15. And if that's so unfair. Okay, I'm gonna give it till 10. I'll go to 10:30 if we make it to the full goal. But if we don't, we'll cut off at 10. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Gregory of Colorado prints the 14-volume set. I mean, well, until there's another edition, I mean, he's known for being fairly accurate with text. Yeah, Mr. Beast is beefing with us, so we're going to get to that later. Plotinus, yeah, I guess he left. Going for now. I'm getting devoured by mosquitoes, and I'm going to eat. I'll see you next time. Sorry about that, Plotinus fan. I'm glad to have you on. You're always welcome, and yeah, get out of the mosquitoes. Let me see here. Leonidas with a member chat, and let's see. What caused the appearance of unleavened bread in the West in the 1040s? What was the precedence that the Latin appealed to, and why at the time? Interestingly, it didn't. Unleavened bread didn't actually uniformly appear in the West in the 1040s. It's clear that in Spain and in Germany and many places, the liturgical instructions being used were still for leavened bread. It was introduced, I want to say, through Clooney, and we don't really see arguments for unleavened bread until about a generation into the Hildebrandians. So we don't really see it widespread unleavened bread, except in I remember in Rome after the Hildebrandian takeover, and in France, and then slowly the practice it took a couple of generations to get unleavened bread. Unleavened bread, it was by no means even, and basically the first years they would just appeal to that's what Rome does, that's what Rome does, that's what Rome does, and then they'd start to make up the other traditions that they came up with. So it is actually even post-Orthodox in origin. Father, did you see Tyler Robinson had Dairy Queen at 6 p.m. after committing the biggest murder in the country? I know off topic, but it seems like a psyop. It's absolutely a psyop, and it's clear that they never want us to know what really happened. We just have to keep digging. It's getting worse. Daniel York says, was Thomas Aquinas a great philosopher? I think he was. He basically, one way they like to say baptized Aristotle. And so what that means is he's kind of retooled a lot of Aristotelian arguments. His patristics are terrible. His stuff on the Orthodox, Summa Contra Graecorum, it's literally 3/4 filled with forged saints and Eastern fathers that are completely not real. It's like asking Chat. He was like the Chat GPT of his era. So yeah. Let me see here. Was it not influenced by the rabbis who were influencing the church? Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure that became part of their narrative structure afterwards. Let's see here. Recommendations for learning about different Orthodox GOC synods and why they formed and united or didn't unite. My best recommendation is the Frosinos Cafe. I'm still practicing how to use video, but it's going to be interesting because I want to get to using our own resources. We can do video calls and streams from the cafe, and it's probably one of the biggest historical resources besides NFTU. So we're proud to help keep it alive and keep it going. But yeah, right now, is it organized? No. Are you going to have to use the search button a lot? Yes. But there's also a GOC wiki, and I'm waiting to see more volunteers before I try to start with that. Some Orthodox fathers called him a Judaizer. I'm not sure who you're referring to. If you're referring to the Pope, maybe, yeah. Reconquista says, how does a person start a mission? I know about 4 people in Miami that are TO. Funny you should ask, Reconquista, because I was going to talk about that. I have no idea what this is going on. Yeah, which rabbis? I'm not sure. How does one get into this mysterious cafe? Funny you should ask, BOA, because the easiest way to do it, I'm going to be honest, the cafe has gone from being it's a huge resource, and it always was, and a place where other people could talk, and then we have quite a few members. But in any case, it is difficult thanks to spammers who hate us. We actually got a DDoS attack like a week ago and took us down for like 10 hours. Yeah. If you are live right now and want to join the cafe, you need to go there now and tell me your name. See that? That was poetry. Anyway, so all you have to do is try to get in right now. Tell me if you Reconquista. I believe, did I tell you to make a new username? But you want to go to the cafe. Bars. Yeah. But you want to go to the cafe while I am it's become the most exclusive True Orthodox club ever because you can only get on because of all the spam emails that we are getting. I'm overwhelmed and I can't find legitimate emails in the groups. So we're going to do a few minutes of open time with the cafe, which means if you go to the cafe right now and set up your account, reset up your account, possibly in your case, Reconquista, and I will personally approve you myself. And then you can have access to all of the cafes, although I'm pretty sure all the forums are open. But in any case, you will be able to join us in this joy known as the Afrosinus Cafe. Let me see here. So if you want to join, go to Afrosinus Cafe right now and sign up. Let me know what your username is, and I will personally try to get you. And if you're thinking why can't Father Joseph just approve at regular times, I'll show you. Spammers have been hitting this for the past year and almost 2 years now. And every time I try to get a hold on it and figure out who is approved, well, I'll show you if it logs in, which it's taken a while to do. Roger. Okay, so I'm waiting. Okay, there we go. ACP index. So to give you an idea of what I see when I have to look for an account. Your account, if it's inactive, it'll show as inactive. And this is what I see. If you give me a username, Old Calendar Ecuador, okay, he sounds like that's a real person. So Robert Bruce, you have made it on. Let's see here. Yeah, most of these you'll see are not real. And what I do is I will just basically, if I can't find anyone, I will just purge everyone out. But if we're doing it while we're live, I can go right into it and I can find you and I can add you to the most exclusive True Orthodox club on the internet. West Slope Aggie Father. Okay, let me see if that was recent. I should be able to find it. Let me try to find it. So we're gonna go to manage users. I'm gonna go to W Slope Aggie. Found you. Okay, hold on. Well, that has private information on it, so activate. Okay, you're activated now. You're live. It says your email's not allowed to be used. I've never heard that. Leonidas asked, with a member chat, did St. Augustine support the filioque? No, not in any real sense. He didn't. Most of the things that he's used to quote have nothing to do with the insertion of the creed. They don't usually reflect Roman Catholic theology, etc. Does it work on mobile? Says cannot be found on Safari. Oh, it works on mobile. All right. Did I type it in wrong? Oh, I typed it in. I'm sorry. Let me delete this. Delete comment. I typed in the name of Frosinus Cafe wrong. That's my fault. My fault. I just gotta make sure I don't block myself. Okay, so let me get back to this. Yeah, it's frosinoscafe.com. So or index. All right, I'm gonna copy it right out of the browser. And Daniel York says, "Are there good things in cultures that are heterodox?" Yeah, sure. Lots of things, but they're not. I would say that they're earthly. They're not necessarily salvific. Yeah. Okay. So try that link. BOA Reconquista. I don't know why your email would not be allowed to be used. We use all sorts of emails there. Oh, you're in now. Okay. So you need to be approved. And then we will get to, I have finally finish off with Orthodox Traditionalists recent article. Are you in now? Are you able to post or what's going on? Let me see here. Somebody named Dumby just signed on. Yeah, outside of that, no, doesn't look like. Doesn't look like. Yeah, doesn't look like anyone else. All right, let me get back to these. All right, so I don't even know. Too many tabs. All right, yeah, Reconquista _ Orthodox. Okay, give me a moment, and then we'll get to the article. Let's go here. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're activated already. Okay, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Um, I just checked you. I was about to deactivate you. I'm like, wait a second, he's active. So yeah, we don't want that. All right. Okay, so let's get to the article. Um, let's see here. Share the screen. And do. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to answer messages while I am here. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we've got this here. This was by Subdeacon Victorious 2 days ago. The false shepherd, Father Moses McPherson's war against the true Orthodox Church. Now, we're all familiar with Father Moses here because of his wannabe Mr. Beast video where he wanted to build $1 million church with a gym and so on and so forth. Well, let's read on here. So it says, as many are aware, there is a growing interest in the old Calvinist Orthodox Church due to its staunchly traditional way of life, its firm defense of the faith in the face of persecution and slander, and its unwavering rejection of the heresies of ecumenism and Sergianism. Consequently, a number of people from the ROCOR MP have come under the almophor of our God-fearing, Orthodox confessing hierarchs of the genuine Orthodox Church of Greece. In a recent message from Our Lady, I received a screenshot of a post by Father Moses McPherson, a YouTube famous priest known for his Protestant-style worldview. He frequently promotes the alpha male lifestyle, posting videos of himself powerlifting and sharing his views on various Orthodox topics, including heresies such as Protestantism. He has also shared selfies in priestly vestments, for example, with icons of the Theological accompanied by background music such as Metallica's The Four Horsemen. Okay. In this recent message to our true Orthodox layman, McPherson writes that our parishioner has left the Orthodox Church, that the genuine Orthodox Church of Greece is graceless, and that we are merely LARPing as Orthodox Christians. This is not the first time this pseudo-priest and false teacher has slandered the true Orthodox and continues his unholy persecution of the genuine Orthodox Christians of Greece. In the past, this pseudo-priest and false teacher sent me similar messages when I left the Moscow-controlled ROCOR MP, ironically, with the blessing of Bishop Luke of Jordanville for the old Calvinist Church. All right, let's read up in his message. He says, I hope you heed these words. I'm extremely sad you've left the Orthodox Church for the LARPers. LARPers. There is nothing in the schismatic groups, no grace, no sacraments, no nothing. I pray you come back to a place of repentance and come back. Many church fathers face serious persecution, St. John Chrysostom, St. Athanasius, etc., but they never left the canonical church. Actually, you lie! They both were kicked out of the canonical church, and the canonical church was heretical, whereas they would set up hierarchies and help out Orthodox from the official church. And St. Joseph the Hesychast was clear about the old calendarists. They're like a cancer. It's a little more complicated than that. Father Moses is just saying the typical World Orthodox stupid lines, which apparently come from the fact that I guess he transferred in from the OCA. I guess, like, you know, I don't know, maybe he was trying to argue they didn't have enough testosterone or whatever. But the point is, this is a great article. It goes through detail debunking, you know, old Father Moses McPherson, you know, Mr. Or as I call him, Father Liftbro. And you can get to that article. I'm putting a link to it right now. Really, really good. Yeah. Orthodox Christians publication notes McPherson needs the history of resistance. He does, but he doesn't want it because he's a fool. But for everyone who does want the history of resistance, go to orthodoxtraditionalistpublications.com and order it. It is honestly, I've said this before, it is a game-changing book. We have not had a book that's that game-changing in Orthodox apologetic, especially in terms of true Orthodoxy and history, since probably the book Against False Union by Alexander Kalaminos, which was world-changing, and that was 53 years ago. I believe this is going to be equally world-changing, so get a copy while you can. And check out the article. We are now finishing up. It is 9:58. 9:58. Reader John enters the studio with 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Let's look at the thing. We got it's the goal is 43. We would need to get $43 in the next 2 minutes to stay on for another half hour. I don't think it's going to happen, but one never happens. Okay, let me see here. Denise says my username is Littling, just for the record. I will do that right after the stream unless somebody decides to put in 43 to knock it out. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to have a good night, and we all are. And we'll be back on Sunday. So this did good. This did pretty good. Thank you, everyone, to all to our guests, to PF, Reader John. Reader John, did you have anything you wanted to throw in today?
I just wanted to highlight that there's a strain within the modern row core MP handling things in an ahistorical manner. It's like they've had amnesia about their own history.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to our guests, PF, Reader John, also as well, even though it was really fast.
Sorry about that.
No, to those who have questions, those who have comments, besides, we're always here on Sundays. And to those who support our mission, support the channel. We at NFTU need your help. Support us by subscribing or donating at nftu.net or on GiveSendGo, or use one of the handy methods like Cash App, PayPal, and crypto on nftu.net. Support us. We remember all of you in our prayers, and thank you for all the support for NFTU. Orthodox Traditional Publication says thanks, FJS. Reconquista. I'm going to try to reach out to me privately, and I will try to see what I can do to help. Thank you. We remember all of you in our prayers, and thank you for all the support for NFTU. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. For the prayers of Holy Fathers of Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us.
Amen.
Amen. And Reconquista, meet me in the chat at the cafe. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Reader John.
Sorry, Father. You're welcome.